I'm Aman Patel. I'm 17 years old in the 12th grade in the Cathedral and John Connon School. When I was 13, I was diagnosed with leukemia, a type of blood cancer.
Hello, this is Shweta Patel, Aman's mom. This is the journey where Aman, how he showed us that after diagnosed by his illness, how did he come out? Basically, he had just loss of appetite. From loss of appetite, his pediatrician, Dr. Mahesh Balsekar, whom we had approached, he finally made us meet his doctor, Dr. Shweta.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shweta Bansal. I'm Aman's doctor. I'm a pediatric hemato-oncologist working at Surrey and Reliance Foundation Hospital. So, it's a long journey which we have gone through during the Aman's treatment. I vividly remember the day when they have come to my OPD, and I still remember Shweta. I share name with her, with the mom, and Shweta told me that, doctor, my child is not himself. So this is her words, and because of that, she has gone through some blood test, and they did the blood test for Aman, and they found that there was some abnormality in the blood test, and that raised a red flag. And then they came to me because of that, and from there the journey started.
It was 2021, so COVID times, whereby COVID is as it is new for the whole world. So it was just a loss of appetite, and through which we went to our pediatrician, as I mentioned, Dr. Mahesh Balsekar. We ran few tests on whatever he had mentioned us, and there were some abnormalities, as we mentioned you guys. So during that peak time of COVID, when no doctors were any which way saying sick kids, but doctor or team of doctors has really helped us in all ways. And the best part, Aman, you being as known as we have mentioned in our book, Aman is just 13-year-old child, and he had he was doing, the whole world was online, and he had done his online schooling. And both the doctors hand in hand had really helped us with all matters, as you know, Dr. Shweta.
Yeah, thanks. So, what I remember, like when Aman and you came to my OPD, I remember the worry on your face. And though Aman was quite poised and I would say very calm there, and you were talking to me, when I examined him, I found there were no symptoms. There were on the examination, I was not able to find any findings. The only red flag was the CBC, which you have brought to me. And with that, we discussed about it. How should we go further about it? And we did the other blood test, and we did the bone marrow examination of his. I still remember when we took him to the OT, when he was talking to the anesthetist people, he was able to talk about the anesthesia drugs also. And he was able to tell that which drugs he want, he wasn't, which drugs. So that brilliant he was. And I'm really glad to see that he's doing so well now.
Yeah.
Aman, you remember something about your journey?
I remember the anesthesia I was talking about propofol
Yeah.
because I had read online, I was reading that Michael Jackson had died due to an OD and propofol. So I was just like, okay, I do not want propofol.
So I think Aman was very brilliant. He did very well. And the basic point which I would like to highlight over here is never to ignore the mother's instinct over here. When mother is saying something that there is something wrong with her child, then we need to take care. As doctors, it is a lesson for us that we need to take care of that, and we need to further investigate the child to see if everything is all right or not over there. And we're glad that we listened to you. We did the blood test and we were able to diagnose him in time. I wouldn't say still he was early. In time, we were able to diagnose him.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, the best part was both the doctors helped us so much that, you know, we had not missed a single day. He used to have online schooling even during the whole chemo cycle, 6 cycles we had in all. And obviously the side effects as well. But during the whole duration, the school really helped us, and both the doctors gave us a phenomenal idea that never give up on all this, to be connected with the system, and, you know, the child doesn't miss his friends and, you know, society. And so he was living a normal life.
Yes. So when we are treating a child, any child with a these catastrophic diseases like cancer, we are always have this hope that we are going to cure them. And then we want them to live a completely normal life after the treatment. And for the young children, the most important part of their life is schooling. So if we take away that, then we are not, it's very difficult for us and even for the family, for the parents, to bring them to completely normal life even after the completion of the treatment. So that was a major point in our treatment also, that we try to make it so personalized that they don't lose on their school days or school education. And I would say that a COVID come as a blessing during his treatment, that majority of the schools were online school and majority of the education was going through the online education, and he was able to continue his education. I still remember one of the instance when he had his intrathecal, that is lumbar puncture we did, and then we put the chemotherapy in the spine. And after 2 hours, he connected to his school, and then he was able to continue his school classes as well. Aman, do you remember that? Yeah.
I remember it was on Tuesdays and Fridays, right?
Yes.
Tuesdays was through IV, Friday was IT. So I remember early morning we used to come, I used to connect on school, and a lot of the time I had my video off, right? Because obviously you can't freak other people out. So I remember I'm like, okay, Vam has got to go, surgery to get to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the teachers also helped us really well. The whole team of teachers, whole team of doctors. We were feeling so personalized and blessed that it's not without both the team being hand on hand. It's not easy to come out of this. We were like truly blessed by God to have you guys hand on hand like till today.
Thank you so much. And I think that's our aim, because this is a very difficult journey. You all go through a difficult time, and this is our responsibility to handhold all of you and do the journey in a smooth way so that you are able to take it uh, properly and complete it. See, the completion of treatment is very, very important, and you should not leave any. I would advise anybody should not leave the treatment just because they're feeling that the treatment is very hard. So, completion of treatment is very important. And second is that the child should be able to live his life as normal as possible during the treatment as well. The treatment has multiple phases, like we have a strong chemotherapy for the leukemia during the first 6 months, which includes the induction, then we have consolidation, then we have reinduction, and followed by a maintenance chemotherapy. So during the first 6 months, the child has to come to school multiple times and take chemotherapy, and for that they require hospitalization. Sometimes they require daycare treatments. Sometimes they have to be in the OT to take the intrathecal chemotherapies. And this is the way the treatment completes. But I would say uh, it's worth it because the treatment is now very scientific way it is done, and it's been done like this for many years, and we know what results we are expecting, and we know what cures we can expect. And I'm very happy for Aman that he's been able to go through it and he has come out successfully.
I still remember it was when you all had diagnosed and came in to tell me, you had said I got ALL. I was like, what is the full form? Because I was like, you can tell me. I don't really I won't really wait. Like you said, acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Do not tell me it was cancer, to protect me. But because just a month ago, interestingly, we were doing a chapter in school or something, and there was this young girl called Sanako. She had gotten leukemia, so I knew this type of blood cancer. So as soon as you said that, I was like, so I've got cancer. I remember.
Yeah, even I remember that. Yeah, even I.
I was like, you can't bullshit me. I remember.
Yeah, seriously.
Best part about you guys was that, you guys had taken us as coming to you guys was just as a family. You tell us what is the issue because obviously chemotherapy has a lot of side effects, whatever said and done. But each and every side effect was being taken care of so well, so well. Midnight also, I still remember me calling you up that, doctor, what do we do? Okay, go to the hospital. I am just being a part of it. You just take him to the hospital. That's how me and Deepak had really flown it very easily.
Yes, yes. And I think, I don't know whether you remember that episode when he had some anger issues also.
Yes, very much.
Became very aggressive. So, I mean, I think these are the things which comes part and parcel, not only the chemotherapy side effects, the mood changes, the psychological changes which we see, especially in the adolescent children, the teenage children. It becomes very, very difficult. And we are very glad to have a very good, even the patient psychological team also over here. We have a very good team of psychologists over here, which I think took very good care of Aman at that point of time, and he was able to sail through it as well.
Yes, very well.
So, would you like to share some experience on that?
Finally, I'd like to know. You all haven't told me what happened in that week. I just remember bits and pieces.
So we had few guests over for dinner one of the nights, and Aman was discussing just a general conversation about his further education, that what he would like to pursue and all. So we just thought about it, that why is Aman talking so much? See, he's a talkative child, but not a over talkative person that he cannot, there is no full stop. So he was on and on for 2 hours. And obviously, parents can visualize their children very well. Little bit abnormalities is equal to something is wrong. So that's how it started. It was midnight, 12 o'clock. And Aman went on and on. The guest left, yet he's talking with us. Yet he's discussing about burrata cheese, pizza, mozzarella. And he was on and on about many incidents. So we realized there is some problem going on. So we called up the doctor, Dr. Shweta Bansal. She's like, okay, you take him to the hospital. And I still remember Aman was so aggressive with the name, with the thought process again coming back to the hospital, because Aman had just come out after a good 2 weeks' time. So in another 3 days, again have to be going to the hospital. We always used to have a bag ready for him. Okay, hospital, let's go. That was the whole scenario. But then the minute he came to know that he has to go back to the hospital, he was so angry that he actually pushed me and punched me, which is not Aman. Never ever. He's the person, he would not even raise voice to anybody. Forget about punching or pushing or anything. To anybody and everybody, he treats like with lots of love and nurture. So it's not Aman. So as I said, that we parents thought something is fishy. And that's when you told us, you go to the Reliance, I'm coming. Midnight, we got you here. And that's how you knew in back of my mind, obviously you would know it, that why this is happening, because it was after the third month, the third cycle. So that's when that was the major side effect, and which was taken care of again very well.
So actually,
How long was I in the hospital for that?
Week.
Like
I think 1 week. Yeah, 1 week.
after that tour, I had raised BP, and oh my god, I had to eat food without salt. It was so
because
suffering.
these are all side effects of the
Yeah.
treatment, especially the steroids, which we have to give. Steroids is the backbone of the leukemia treatment, but it has multiple side effects, starting from the high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and many times the psychosis also over there.
There's no
Yeah.
sugary food, no extra salty food, no don't add a lot of sauces to his food. And he's a fancy eater, so it used to be a task, but still it said very well. Yeah, until.
So I think, the end of this thing is like, treatment definitely is difficult. It is not easy. It is like the whole team, or I would say the whole village, is required to take care of one child, in which parents play a very important role. And if we have a trust in both, whenever the parents are there, I always tell them, it's not me, it is not you. We are together as a one team in which we are going to take care of our child. And this is how we can win the fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of all the chemo and all, like some like sleepless nights on it. And when you're like, then you can't sleep. You're just sitting there alone with your own thoughts. Eventually, you become very comfortable with it, and eventually, you start thinking, you start journaling, and that led me to eventually write this book. Now, this book, I wrote it in the past few months towards the end of 2024, start of 2025 around. And it was a way of catharsis, right? And because I know that there has to be some form or something to let out. You just can't keep it all in. It's gonna be bad, obviously. Okay. So I wrote this because I used to deal with my own issues. I sit and have these late night conversations in my own mind from literally 12 a.m. to 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I used to not get sleep at all, just be me, myself, and my own thoughts. And I wrote a book because of those late nights, right? Because eventually I got so comfortable with my own thoughts that, I can now process and deal emotions very, very well. So this book actually doesn't start off with my diagnosis, starts off with an epilogue 6 months prior to when I fractured both my arms in a very silly accident. So it starts there. And then it slowly progresses throughout lockdown. And chapter one is about my diagnosis and how the side effects we had and how she noticed again those little things. Chapter two, we go like throughout like Bombay, like tests, hospitals and everything. And then we finally get to know that it is ALL. Chapter 3 is when the routine starts, right? With side effects and everything. And then the hardest, the NTX cycle, that's chapter 4. Because that was the worst one. Not the hardest one. This is so annoying. And
Sorry for that.
I mean, I can't blame anyone.
This thing now it
It's
becomes very
just-
difficult actually.
Yeah.
Especially when you are a foodie, like I mean,
Yeah. To this day, if I get an 1-2 ulcers, I'm unbothered. Because we have 15 to 17 back then. So it's, yeah. So, and it's not, the book is not about the procedure and itself. It's less about the procedure. It's more about the emotions. Because to help someone or to relate to someone, you need to show emotions. You need to become vulnerable.
right.
So I found to be more empathetic, to connect with more people, to hopefully help someone in any sort of way.
Sure, yeah.
You have to show more emotions than talk about, okay, this day I went chemo, that day I went this day I went that. It's not so cut and dry. You have
Right.
to connect.
What you were feeling basically
Yeah.
at that time, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that you are able to pen it down. This is a huge inspiration to many people. Many people go through a lot of difficult journeys. They experience a lot of difficult things and have different experiences. Maybe by reading your story, they will get inspired, they will get hope, and they will get this feeling that they can be at better place, and everybody goes through it. So once you share your experiences, your difficulties, people also are able to relate to it. And I'm very glad, I would say, like at this young age also, that you have this kind of an understanding and this kind of an empathy, and you are a star, I would say, that you're able to write this book, at this age.
In many ways, I would say cancer obviously changed me in many ways. But one good thing that came out of it is the introspective part. I understand myself and, many more people and how to help people with emotions as well, right? When you're confronted like with that sort of thing, with that much gravity, you truly don't grasp it at that young of an age. It takes time, and I remember at the time, I just had this one mentality, this one thought when you told me that when I found out, it's like, okay, I die, I die. I don't. Simple as that. Can't control, can't cry about it, right? So that actually was a shock to me. I was wondering how I was so unbothered. Honestly, it was weird. Who sits there just like, okay, if I die, I die. If I don't, I don't. That's thought of like a 90-year-old man or something,
The courage comes in different ways, like I mean, you have to survive. I would say the survival instincts,
Yeah.
I don't know how your body think, how your body take it, but this is a thought which actually made you survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm very glad, Aman, that you're doing a lot of social work also. You have connected with Reliance Foundation and you are working with the society and working and helping them in many ways. So this is the what we want, like for our warriors, survivors, we want them to get into the mainstream, help the society, and become an example. And you are doing everything like that. So proud of you.
Thank
Thank you.